in the competent level, she's one of the better Bond girls that we see. She has her own action sequence, which I don't think any of the other Bond girls got. We got Honey Rider with her knife. We got a little playful scene with Honor Blackman. What's her name in the second movie? She pushes the gun out of the way. Domino kills the bad guy. But this movie, we have a literal fight scene.
But notice what you just said, though. Domino uses a gun. Romanova, she also uses a gun. I'm going to go ahead and be the guy that says that if I fucking fought Gunther would kick my ass. Bond fought Gunther kicked his ass. You're telling me that Teresa fights Gunther and she manages to kill him? I'm going to go ahead and be that guy who says, no. Teresa's very smart.
Wait, hold on. Stand by. When did Gunther and Bond fight?
Bond and Gunther fought. It was Gunther and the other guy right when Blofeld was going to lock him away.
So there's two guys. It's not one guy. It's two guys.
Yeah, but earlier in the movie, Bond fought 4 guys and won.
But remember, Teresa took
guys
on 2
and
guys.
no weapons.
Teresa took on 2 guys.
Tracy, one guy.
Tracy,
with
same
some
thing.
weapons.
Tracy took on 2 guys.
Teresa, but goes by Tracy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. She didn't shoot the guys. She hit one guy with a champagne bottle, threatened the other guy with it, and then he quickly disarmed her, and then she managed to powerhouse him down the stairs. What I'm saying is it would have been better for the character because Teresa is smart. She's very smart. She called out her dad in the beginning. I know you're trying to hook me up with this guy. I know he's actually here for a mission. Just tell him about the lawyer so he can go away.
Tell him what he wants to know. Now.
In her driving scene, which James Bond would never let somebody else drive the car, just for the record, but okay, fine. He lets her drive the car. Bond's useless. They didn't even have Bond do anything to help. He just fucking sat there in the passenger seat the whole time.
He kissed her on the cheek a couple times.
Yep, he did do that. Good girl.
He kissed her on the cheek a couple times. That's driving is Teresa again showing that she's quick of the mind. Driving isn't necessarily a strength thing. It's more of a mental thing, and she does great there. I really wish they would have justified her character by having her not brutalize Gunther, who's twice her size, but to use her brain. To use her brain to somehow, I don't know, make him fall down the steps and slam into those needle pads or something. Instead, she has a full-on brawl with him, and it's fucking bullshit. James Bond himself fought Gunther and lost. James Bond fought Teresa and he kicked her ass.
That is not what happened.
He kicked Teresa's ass.
That is
not what happened. And I know it wasn't life and death, but he still bested Teresa just one-on-one.
Charlie, I think that argument's garbage.
I want to give Ryan some credit.
Why is that garbage?
It's garbage because you are
Gunther should have smashed her fucking brains in like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
To undermine you, I want to speak to McCurdy's point here because I do want to acknowledge.
Garbage.
I want to give McCurdy some credit here. I actually see it. I see why there would potentially be chemistry between Bond and Tracy. I get it.
Okay.
I actually acknowledge McCurdy's point of saying if Bond was going to fall in love with a girl, I agree with him. I think it would be a girl like Tracy.
I agree. Yep. I agree.
I think because he
someone
loves...
damaged like himself.
Someone damaged like himself. Someone who takes risks like himself.
Totally.
Like, hell, she's gambling at the beginning of the movie and she like it makes sense.
To my point, Charlie, what I think is garbage is that you're just saying, oh no, Gunther should have kicked her ass. But again, like I said, Gunther and this other guy are holding Bond back. Isn't that correct? And I think and it's in the midst of gunfights and stuff is when she's fighting this guy. And I'm even looking at it from
battle over life and death. Hold on. So she's going to fight a little harder because it's life and death.
And I'm looking at from the perspective.
I'm still saying one-on-one,
of a movie.
Gunther should have ripped her fucking head off.
Overall, it does not matter. What matters is the outcome of the movie and what is the movie supporting. What is the idea that this movie is supporting? The idea of the movie that is supporting is that Tracy is a awesome chick.
But that's exactly my point. Movies are supposed to set up believable parameters for the audience to not call bullshit when somebody suddenly becomes an MMA fighter out of character. We have a series of scenes that showcase Tracy's characteristics. Number 1, the beach scene, where it's established that she's a psychotic, suicidal weirdo who hardly fights back when a guy threatens her with a knife, showcasing that she is easily pushed around physically. Number 2, the casino scene, where it's established that she has no sense of accountability as she gambles money that she doesn't have. Number 3, the hotel room scene, where she holds a gun on Bond Bond, but is immediately disarmed, again establishing that physicality is not one of her strong suits. Number 4, the hotel veranda scene, where it's established that she has sex with men for money. Number 5, the bullfight scene, where she showcases that she ain't no fool regarding her father's plans. Again, she's smart. Number 6, the romantic montage scene, where it's cheaply, lazily, and completely without substance established that these people are romantically linked. Then a whole movie takes place where Bond forgets about her entirely, and so do we as he sleeps with other women. Number 7, the ice skating rink / getaway scene, where it's established that Tracy is a capable driver, again reestablishing that the mental is her strong suit and not the physical. But this wasn't new information, because the first shot we ever saw Tracy in was her driving maniacally out on the highway with Bond. Number 8, the barn scene, which is in and of itself very cute and well executed. Number 9, the skiing scene, which is what it is. And finally, number 10, her fight scene, where suddenly Tracy completely breaks character and turns into an MMA fighter and bests a guy twice her size. This is no different than if Q, a man of intelligence and wit that lacks in physical prowess, suddenly started judo chopping bad guys. This would contradict his character, who would undoubtedly use gadgets to fight bad guys if he was ever in a situation that necessitated it. Tracy is suddenly put into a situation where she has to fight and proceeds to brutalize a man twice her size with her bare hands because the writer couldn't think of anything suitable or clever. Now compare this with a previous example, Pussy Galore, whose physicality we never once questioned because early on it's established that she knows judo.
Who taught you judo?
If Pussy Galore fought Gunther, I wouldn't think twice about it, but this isn't Pussy. This is Tracy. The movie could have established that she had some fighting chops on the beach, or maybe against Bond. But that didn't happen. Tracy's fight is completely unearned, and it's a poor testament to her character.
There's no way that she could throw a 300-pound man into a wall enough to kill him. I'm saying it's a failure of character.
Scott,
I
please.
don't think it's a failure of character. I really don't. I honestly don't.
It's
I don't think
lazy.
it's lazy.
Charlie,
I think this
Charlie,
movie goes
lazy.
out of its fucking way to make
Gunther
Tracy a
doesn't-
compelling
Lazy.
character.
Dude,
This
Gunther-
movie goes out of
It's
his way.
lazy.
Out of its way. It's not
She
Okay,
could
get
have done
over this.
something
My
so
God.
much more fun.
Gunther
And
would
it's
fairly
lazy
equally
writing.
I don't think
sized to
that's
her in that
lazy
scene. I don't think he's
writing.
that big.
No, it's not, because you're showing that this character can best men bigger than her size. You're
Which is
literally saying
fucking
that she is
stupid
awesome.
and
it's
lazy.
not fucking stupid unless you
It's
don't women
fucking
can kick men's
stupid
ass.
and lazy.
You are.
She didn't.
No.
She didn't judo chop him. She didn't do any like
It was
Black
a fight,
Widow.
and you even said it a
she
second ago.
pulled
You
him
said
and
it's a
threw
fight
him
to
into
the
a
death.
wall.
It is
Yeah.
a fight to
And
the
Gunther
death, and
would have
she is
fucking
fighting
blown her
for her
You're-
fucking
dude,
life.
You're doing the stupid ass progressive thing. Women
doesn't-
can
I'm
fight
not even
men.
talking about the
She's
progressive
not
thing.
some trained killer. She's just a chick who is smart and can drive a car like a motherfucking G.
And
had
it's
they
still an
had they
interesting
really
fight,
treated
and
the
we still
character
enjoy
well,
it.
they would
And
have
it's a
had
very
her
great
do
moment
something
in the film,
intelligent.
and that's what makes it good about the movie. It's
Something
a good point in the
intelligent
movie.
would have been better for the character. Instead, they got lazy and
think
just said,
you're
"Oh, she kicks his ass."
I
It's
wouldn't even call
stupid.
it he kicks his ass. I think
She should have shot him in the
bested
face. That would have been great.
She still
So-
bested him.
To actually
She bests him because a lazy ass writer
I don't-
just said, and
I
then
think
they
you're
fight
going on
and
and
she
on
wins.
about what single point in the film that's in. Like, it doesn't really matter. The
Well,
point
I'm
is
pretty
that she
sure.
bests
I'm
the
pretty
guy,
sure
but
at
she
the
doesn't
end
kick
she
his
breaks
ass.
his balance and swings him into the spikes. That's pretty smart.
Had he fallen down the steps and landed on that thing, that'd have been great.
How
that would
he
make
have
sense.
Done that?
Instead, she swings him into it. Like
They're
a chick
parallel
could pull
to the
me.
stairs.
A chick could pull me, and I'm not as big
I
as
think
Gunther.
you're a little more
and
emotional
my-
about the fact that a woman and a man are fighting and she beats him.
But that's
No, that is what it is. That is what
Honestly,
it is.
yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
And you think that is
stupid.
stupid.
yeah,
But
That is what it is. You are
stupid.
too emotional about a man and a woman fighting and a woman beating a man. She's not
She's
only
smart. She's not a
she's a capable
bodybuilder.
driver.
She's fucking smart.
She's
But
a
She
capable
didn't
driver.
run Gunther
She
over with a
can fucking
car.
Fight
She
somebody else
brutalized
bigger
him in a
her
fight,
size.
which is stupid. That's insulting to her
she's-
character. Her
It's not-
character isn't a fucking brute. Her character
She
is
wasn't
being
a
really
brute.
fucking street smart. She could have done something smart use her brain to kill him.
You just
not
don't think
literally
that women
throw
could
him
kick
into a
a guy's
wall.
ass.
She literally
you do not
throws
literally
him.
think that a woman could kick a guy's ass.
Not a 300-pound Gunther.
Oh, my, do I hate ad hominems. Well, welcome everybody to a PSA about how movies work. See, Tracy is a character in a film, not a real person, just like James Bond. A character, not a real person. Now, a character has established traits so that when they do things, you believe that those things were possible in the first place. Tracy manages to pull this off. Brutally murdering a, 250, 300-pound Swiss brute. Without any training in martial arts or anything like that. And you can claim that it was out of desperation, but plenty of people get fucking murdered against their will, generally. It would have been a lot better had she done something using her brain. Like, remember when McCurdy was all about this moment, where James Bond in Goldfinger, who was unable to beat Oddjob, a massive man, just like Gunther, pulled this move. Using his brain in order to beat Oddjob, and not just his brawn. Because it's more interesting for us as moviegoers. I'm going to go ahead and break my one rule. I'm going to go ahead and reference all future movies and all instances where women kick some ass in a way that's established early in the film and is believable because generally they're assassins or CIA operatives, super spies, whatever it may be. Women kick ass in Bond movies all the time. And because I'm breaking my one rule, I'm going to chug this entire beer while y'all watch this short little video about women in the Bondverse kicking some ass. Cheers.
Think I've gone to heaven?
Not yet.
Okay, so what have we learned? Women in Bond movies can be badass. It's generally established ahead of time. Tracy, all that was established was that Bond could disarm her in 2 seconds and that her dad could give her a knockout punch. Didn't really sound all that badass when you add it up, but anyway, finished my beer, so